Everything that moves is for us. Blaine, why do you kill deer? I hunt to get my protein. Deer meat is fueling today's workout. I'll tell you this right now, you can go watch other people's channels. Today we're gonna be hitting a garage chest workout, but the question of the day is, are you able to kill an animal in order to provide nourishment for your body and your family's bodies? And that tends to be a hot topic, especially on my other social medias when I post about hunting. The minute people find out that I'm the kind of person that can kill an animal, butcher it, and eat it, it just tears them up. And these are people that, are probably in the fitness industry, probably eat protein already, probably eat animal products at the store, but the fact that they're not the ones killing it, it's out of sight, out of mind. And honestly, dude, I just think it's immature that you eat meat, but you get mad at other people killing their own meat. Man up, all right? I know this is a Christian channel, and we're gonna dive into some scripture here in a second. Grow a pair right here. Here, boy, okay? Grizzly doesn't have balls. Titan has balls, I got balls, okay? Anyway, so I grew up hunting. It was instilled in me. And then honestly, it wasn't until I started really prioritizing my health, started working out, that I realized how amazing the gift of hunting actually is. The biggest issue for a lot of dudes when they're trying to start prioritizing their health, maybe they're getting into the gym, maybe they're trying to lose weight, or they're trying to put on muscle. The biggest expense usually comes from obviously the gym membership and then the protein sources. Honestly, probably the protein sources more than your gym membership. Most gym memberships are, anywhere from 15 to 60 bucks a month. And I would argue most young men are eating more protein than that. So to me, still being a guy that's trying to watch how much he's spending, still being a dude that wants really clean meat without breaking the bank, I'm like, dude, my father taught me to hunt. It's the best time you can spend outdoors with God. And then you can walk away with food, not only to nourish your body and help you with whatever goals you have, but also a lot of meat to fuel your family. And to me, it's like, if all that I have to do is man up and be okay with killing an animal so that I can nourish my body and so that I can fill the freezer with a lot of freaking meat for my family, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a man up and I'm gonna kill that animal. Now, the important thing here is to respect that animal. I don't want you guys going out, killing a deer, and taking the back straps and leaving everything else. If you kill a deer, I don't care where it runs, I don't care what happens. If you kill any animal, you respect that animal, you go down to any holler, any ravine, any creek bed that's 200 yards down the bottom, and you grab that animal, you drag its ass out, okay? Because you gotta respect the animal. You killed that animal, you took its life, so now it's time to make sure that you're harvesting all of that meat and putting it to good use. And I want to back this up. I want to show you guys that it's not just my opinion, but as a Christian man, I think it's supported in scripture as well. First, we're going to look at, I think it's Genesis 9. Let me find it here. Sorry, my fingers are freezing. Genesis 9:3, it says, everything that lives and moves will be food for you. Just as I gave you green plants, I now give you everything. Now, for context here, he's talking to Noah, but that just shows us that everything that moves is for us. Another example here is in Genesis 1. Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all of the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Now, I honestly don't know how much context you need here. It's pretty straightforward, right? I hunt to get my protein, and deer meat is fueling today's workout. I had deer meat last night. So that's what's gonna fuel today's workout. If you guys can overcome the fact that you have to take an animal's life, which is never fun, okay? Obviously you have a lot of excitement, for example, if you kill a big buck. Anytime you kill an animal, you have an overwhelming sense of adrenaline. But when that's over, when your animal instinct is done, you sit there and you do feel kind of sad because you did take a life. But if you can overcome that and have respect for an animal, I think hunting is the best thing that you can do if you're a meat eater and you're trying to save money. And the agenda for today's workout, 1 compound movement, probably 2 or 3 accessories. And I don't like spoiling the workout for you guys, but I want you to know there will probably be 1 heavy pressing movement and then a lot of different variations of stretching motions. So like flies, different assortment of flies, anything else, dips and things like that can get a really deep stretch. So just stick around and see what we end up getting into. Since we're starting to grow more here on YouTube, you guys will notice a lot of my workouts are unplanned. And you'll get to a stage in your lifting journey where it just becomes a little more functional to not have a written out program, not have everything completely structured. Now, I actually do one-on-one fitness coaching for Christian men. Heard something up there. I do one-on-one fitness coaching for Christian men, and I help a lot of dudes, especially dads, who are super busy, don't want to have any guesswork. They just want to be told what to do. They need to be held accountable, so on and so forth. So that works for them. But even them down the road will get to a point where they realize that it's almost more fun to go in and just chase the pump, play it by ear, see what's feeling good, see what's not feeling good, and just listen to what your body is wanting to do. And that's what we're going to do today. We'll see you on the first set. This is the only issue with doing bench here, is it's unsafe, bro. Super unsafe. It really doesn't matter which way I go. If I try to re-rack it, very good chance of me losing control of it and like jacking my shoulder up. So as you can see, benching here, not ideal. If I tried to re-rack it, I think I would just blow my shoulder out. It's just super far over my head. So this is the safest way. We're gonna be doing 3 sets of each movement. I think we're gonna do around probably 12 sets total today, which 9 to 12 sets, honestly 8 to 12 sets is typically where most of my workouts reside right now. Now, I love to withdraw. I love getting outdoors, spending out time, even getting out there and like taking my Bible or my notebook, writing down my goals, talking to God. Jesus did this. He did it all throughout his life, where he would go out into nature and take time to be with God, take time to be in that silence so that he could think more clearly, hear God more clearly, and come back ready. And for me, while I'm filling the freezer when I'm hunting, it's also a great time to spend time outdoors. 90% of the time, I take my Bible out with me, or I take some kind of journal out with me, so that as I'm sitting there waiting for something to come in, I'm able to take advantage of the silence. And I know a lot of you gym guys like myself, we're ADHD type of dudes, okay? So the more silence, the more quiet time we can have to focus on what's important, the better. 225 plus 20, 245. Should be a good 12. Gosh. Look out, Grizzy. This young kid come up to me the other day in the gym. He showed me his arm, specifically the gap in his arm right here. And he asked me, Blaine, what bicep exercises can I do to get rid of this gap in my arm? And I felt so bad because usually you have a great answer and usually everything is fixable. But in regards to what he was talking about the muscle insertion, meaning where that muscle ties into the bone. You know, for your chest, it's here at your sternum and up at your shoulder. For your bicep, it's here at your elbow and up at your shoulder. And you have that gap there. And the thing with that is that gap will never change because that's where the muscle stops. I felt bad telling him that, basically telling him, hey, you can't really do anything about it. But I also told him you can still fill out that bicep. You can still grow the muscle to draw the eye away from that gap. And I've never seen people with those gaps and have it be like so noticeable and bad. And I've seen some pretty gnarly chest insertions and gaps in the chest, but nothing too crazy with biceps. And his bicep, it wasn't that separated. One thing as he was walking away too, as I told him, you've really got to focus on your stronger muscle groups. You got to focus on the muscle groups that are going to really draw the eye. So that if you do have any insecurities or you do have any lacking areas, those other areas are overpowering and draw the eye. For example, for most people, it's going to be your chest and shoulders. If your chest and shoulders are absolutely massive, no one is going to be looking at the gap in your arm. Not that we should hide these lacking areas, but in regards to aesthetics, in regards to bodybuilding, that's kind of how you go about it. So in one of my last videos, I was talking about training more often and taking less off days, taking less rest days. And I'm responding to a comment when I'm saying this. They said, oh, if you want to put on size and be natural, you have to take off days. You have to do what Mike Mentzer said. And what I'm saying is off days aren't bad, but I also don't think you need to plan off days. I think it's goofy because I think once you plan off days, you're going to end up taking more off days than you need. And what I mean by that is, let's say you plan 2 off days to begin with. And you take those 2 off days, let's say it's Monday and Thursday, and Saturday rolls around and a wedding comes up or a situation comes up. Then you have to take another off day. So there's 3 off days. Then Sunday comes around, something, you know, family dinner, this, that, or the other things come up. Then you gotta take another off day. So now you've taken 4 off days when it could have just been the 2 off days that you actually had to take for real life things. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how you guys are, but I've only gotten good things when I put in relentless effort, when I go gas all the way down to the floor. That's just how I am. If you guys don't like that, if you like to be more conservative with it, then cool. What I'm gonna tell you is I see the best results from working out every single day and taking a rest day when things come up, when I get sick, when a family situation comes around. That's just me. And for me, if it's less optimal, I don't care. But I can tell you this too, is it correlates to other areas in my life. The resilience and consistency that I put in here correlates over to other areas in my life. It freaking builds something in your brain that tells you I can do tough crap over and over and over again, despite what is logical, despite what a normal person would do. If you want to be normal, I'll tell you this right now, you can go watch other people's channels. But if you want to have fun in the gym, you want to have a dog mentality, you want to man up, stick around. Anyway, I'm getting heated, man. You're getting me mad. No, but take off days when you actually need them. I don't think you necessarily need to plan them out. Next up, we're gonna do some incline flies. Oh my gosh. All right, so on those incline flies, I like to switch it up. Sometimes I'll start, well, normally I'll start with the bench incline, but I'm doing like a low to high fly still. So I'm letting my arms drop a little more down towards my hips. I'll do like 6 of those and then I'll bring it up and do 6 normal incline flies. Now, that goes for a lot of different movements. Like 9 times out of 10 when you're tired and feel like you have no more in you, you can typically change something small and get at least a couple more reps out of the movement. So these are those more down towards my hip, kind of at like a 45 degree down at my hip. Going hard with the upper chest. All right, we're gonna use 25s in the next one, but you guys don't gotta see that. Speaking of killing deer, Blaine, why do you kill deer? You want some round steaks? You want some ground? You want a roast? You want ground? 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 What do you want? Take it. $9 at the grocery store. $9 at the grocery store. $9 at the grocery store. Look up the price of a deer tag in Ohio. Tell me if it's worth it. Don't waste your time, guys. I'll tell you, it is worth it. Time for dips. We have prioritized a lot of upper chest. Now it's time to prioritize what I consider the least important area of my chest, and probably most people's chest, just because your lower chest will look more developed the heavier your upper and mid chest is. So the more you get hang from all this meat up top, the more shadow you're gonna have down below. Now, obviously, if you got man boobs, you're fat, your lower chest is not your strongest point. But get lean and trust me, you'll realize you don't need to train a lot of lower chest. 2 more. Thought I had it. Well, you thought we weren't gonna do a change of scenery? You guessed wrong, brother. Then we're gonna do 2 sets of flat flies. We'll go back and forth between these and the inclines. How are we looking? Are we looking? Feeling the blood in the chest. It's even red right now, which is a good sign. Oh, I just bonked someone so hard. Who was that, Grizz? Was that you? I'm sorry, Bubba. Boom. Dude, the chest is pumped. Very simple. We only did 9 sets today. We ended up not doing the 12. Yeah. Yep. Can you guys see why chest is my favorite workout? I mean, what is better than that? I mean, and also, this kind of shows you guys what I talk about a lot is what are your eyes looking at right now? But let's say you're walking down the street, okay? See me walking by. What do your eyes instantly go to? If I saw myself this pumped right now, it would go to the chest and shoulders. So that's my point in regards to aesthetics. The chest and shoulders just tend to be the spot that your eye naturally goes to. Let's say I'm walking down the street like this. It's gonna go to my tummy because you can't see my chest and shoulders. I know what this looks like. You guys ever seen First Thor when he meets the scientists and then they let him shower and he comes out of the shower and he's like acting all like, oh yeah, yeah. Just imagine me like ripped right now. The point of today's video was to kind of show my perspective on hunting and my emphasis on protein and what that kind of looks like for me. And I know with, having a younger audience, money might be tight, all right? Some of you guys are probably still living at home, so it can be tough to ask your mom to buy this expensive meat or that expensive chicken, whatever the case may be. It's expensive, bro. But if you're already a kid that grew up hunting, your dad will take you out without question, or a friend that goes hunting, dude, that is the ticket. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Go kill you a deer, respect the animal, fill your freezer, get all that protein. All the links are down below. You already know how it is. Links to my one-on-one fitness coaching for Christian men down below, links to my Christian outdoor brand, and a link to First Phorm. Remember to love God, lift weights, and live life. See you guys next time.